us kissing was
Oh, yeah.
the most horrifying thing either of us have ever had to go through.
One of my favourite moments on set ever was the moment when all the floating candles started burning through the ropes that tied them to the ceiling and just started falling around the Great Hall.
Did you know that Daniel Radcliffe accidentally created one of Harry Potter's most iconic character traits? What if I told you that Alan Rickman knew Snape's entire character arc from the very beginning, including secrets that wouldn't be revealed until the final book? And here's something that will blow your mind. One of the most memorable scenes between Hermione and Draco wasn't scripted the way you saw it on screen. Stick around because we're diving into the cast confessions and hidden secrets that even the most devoted Potter fans missed. For more than 2 decades, the Harry Potter films and books have enchanted fans, sparking endless rewatches, debates, and theories. According to the research, devoted fans have scoured every frame and page, convinced they had uncovered all the hidden meanings and subtle details. Yet some truths stayed beneath the surface, subtle moments and insights that only later came to light through candid cast interviews, directorial commentary, and clarifications from J.K. Rowling herself. When Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone first appeared on bookstore shelves in June 1997, the initial print run was just 500 copies in hardback. But within months, this small book about an orphan boy who discovered he was a wizard began creating a ripple that quickly turned into a cultural tidal wave. The source material reveals that by the turn of the millennium, the series had become more than just books. It was a movement that would shape a generation. The true turning point came with Goblet of Fire in 2000, which had an unprecedented first printing of over 5 million copies in the United States alone. But here's where things get really interesting, and this is our first major hook at the 2-minute mark. The magic wasn't just happening on the pages. When Warner Brothers brought the wizarding world to life on screen, countless secrets were brewing behind the cameras. The research documents reveal some truly fascinating cast confessions that fans never saw coming. One of the most surprising revelations is how many iconic moments weren't actually in the script. According to the source material, Daniel Radcliffe admitted that Harry's tendency to push his glasses up on his nose came from pure necessity, not direction. The glasses constantly slipped during filming, and instead of cutting, he incorporated the movement into Harry's character. Over time, this became so natural that fans assumed it was a deliberate acting choice reflecting Harry's shy awkwardness. Rupert Grint contributed his own touches to Ron Weasley through frequent nervous giggles and bumbling mannerisms that weren't always written into the script. Much of Ron's comedic timing was improvised, giving the character warmth beyond what was on the page. Emma Watson famously added her own know-it-all energy to Hermione. The research shows that directors encouraged her to lean into her natural intelligence and precociousness, resulting in line deliveries that felt sharper and more authentic than anticipated. Here's our next hook. Remember that confrontation in Prisoner of Azkaban where Hermione lashes out at Draco? According to the cast revelations, Emma Watson was supposed to deliver a light slap. Instead, perhaps caught up in the tension of the scene, she landed a full punch on Tom Felton's face. Tom later joked that she had a surprisingly strong hook and admitted he was left rattled by the unexpected blow. The research reveals that the wizarding world wasn't immune to real-world mishaps and dangers. Daniel Radcliffe had his own brush with danger during the underwater sequence for the Triwizard Tournament in Goblet of Fire. During one take, he mistakenly gave the scuba team the wrong signal, accidentally indicating he was out of air rather than being okay. Tragically, not every behind-the-scenes story ended harmlessly. In 2009, Daniel's stunt double, David Holmes, was badly injured while filming a complex stunt for Deathly Hallows. A controlled explosion during a flying sequence went wrong, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down. Perhaps the most famous behind-the-scenes revelation came from Alan Rickman's portrayal of Severus Snape. The research documents show that while audiences debated for years whether Snape was hero or villain, Alan was entrusted with the truth early on by J.K. Rowling herself. He knew Snape's entire character arc, including his love for Lily Potter, long before the final books were published. This insider knowledge informed every one of his subtle acting choices. Fans can now revisit his scenes with new appreciation, noting how he injected moments of tenderness or hesitation into his otherwise cold demeanor. A lingering glance at Harry, a quiet pause before delivering a sharp line. These nuances were invisible at the time, but resonate deeply once you know the full story. J.K. Rowling was famous for her meticulous plotting, mapping out the series years before finishing it. The source material reveals that subtle hints planted in early books didn't pay off until much later. In Sorcerer's Stone, Professor Quirrell casually mentions that Snape knows about counter curses, a throwaway detail that becomes crucial to Snape's character by Deathly Hallows. Rowling loved layering meaning into character names that many fans didn't catch. Remus Lupin's name is a double clue. Remus refers to the Roman myth of twins raised by a wolf, while Lupin stems from lupus, Latin for wolf. His werewolf identity was hiding in plain sight. Similarly, Sirius Black's name references the dog star, directly hinting at his animagus form. Even Malfoy translates roughly to bad faith in French. The research shows that the actors were candid about the immense pressure of living up to fan expectations. Daniel Radcliffe was only 11 when cast, yet the world placed the burden of Harry Potter on his shoulders. Emma Watson revealed feeling enormous pressure to embody Hermione, a character who had already become a role model for millions. Interestingly, Emma Watson and Tom Felton later admitted to a special friendship during filming. Emma confessed she had a childhood crush on Tom, something fans hadn't guessed at the time, creating a stark contrast to their on-screen antagonism. The research reveals even more fascinating details that flew under the radar. Comedian Rick Mayall was initially cast as Peeves the Poltergeist, but his performance proved so hysterically funny that the young actors couldn't keep straight faces whenever he was on set. Even when asked to deliver his lines with his back turned, Mayall's antics had the children in stitches, throwing production into chaos. Ultimately, his scenes were cut, leaving fans to wonder what might have been. The iconic Hogwarts Express itself wasn't immune to real-world problems. According to the source material, the train twice fell victim to vandalism, once covered in silver and green graffiti in 2003, and later having its windows smashed by pranksters using emergency hammers. Even magical movie props couldn't escape teenage recklessness. During the climactic Hogwarts battle in Deathly Hallows, a pyrotechnic misfire sparked a fire that engulfed part of the castle replica. More than 100 crew members scrambled to contain the flames, creating a real-life drama that felt eerily appropriate given the destruction they were meant to be filming. These behind-the-scenes revelations, Easter eggs, and cast confessions show that the magic of Harry Potter extends far beyond what we see on screen or read on the page. From Daniel's accidental character traits to Alan Rickman's secret knowledge, from Emma's unexpected punch to the hidden meanings in character names, the wizarding world continues to surprise us, even after all these years. The research proves that Harry Potter wasn't just entertainment. It was a carefully crafted universe designed to reward sharp eyes and repeated viewings with hidden depths, whether it's the subtle clues planted in early books or the improvised moments that became iconic character traits. There's always more magic to discover. What hidden details did you notice that others might have missed? The conversation continues, and the magic never truly ends.